Toyota takes you. Test drive one at your Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. By Optimum, Mets games are available in superior HD TV on Optimum TV. By 5-Hour Energy Shots. By the 2013 Lexus RX. And by the Atlantic City Food and Wine Festival, a 4-day extravaganza July 25th through the 28th. Tickets are available at acfoodandwine.com. Bottom of the 10th inning, tied at 3, and Chaz Roe makes his major league debut.
Well, you see his numbers this year. He has over 170 games in the minor leagues. He played independent ball for the Laredo Lemurs. I didn't know they had Lemurs in Laredo, but here he is, his chance.
Began as a first-round draft pick by the Rockies back in 05 out of Lexington, Kentucky. And now 8 years later makes his big league debut. Tie game, last of the 10th. Omar Quintanilla leads off. Quintanilla was left at the plate when Buck was thrown out, trying to advance on a short wild pitch to end the bottom of the 9th. Andrew Brown in the 9-hole is on deck. Eric Young behind him. That's rallied against Ziegler, Hernandez, and Putz to get this game even. And now hoping to win it against Roe in his first big league outing. Quintanilla 2 for 3 and a walk tonight. Roe's dad played football at the University of Kentucky. That's why he grew up in Lexington. Hit hard. Base hit. Third hit of the 9th for Omar Quintanilla to get the Mets started in the bottom of the 10th.
Well, Quintanilla, little fire plug here, gets a slider. Gets things started for the Mets. Remember, he just broke out of a slump recently.
His hits come in bunches, don't they?
Now, what do you do if you're Terry Collins? Andrew Brown, a guy who is up here for his power. Do you ask him to bunt?
I would bunt. The top of the order coming up, I'd bunt.
I'd let him swing the bat.
First at bat of the night for Brown, who came in a double switch in the top of the inning.
Looks like he's swinging. Nope.
Asked to bunt, bunts and fouled. One of the reasons Andrew Brown is in the major leagues is because Mike Baxter failed to get a bunt down in a big spot about 3 weeks ago.
These guys who have been middle of the plate hitters their entire career just have a hard time bunting. My theory, always give them one shot with the bat. If they don't get it, then maybe bunt on the second strike.
I think that I have a hunch that Terry see that one little effort at the bunt. He's not used to bunting Brown. Come on, he's been a hitter his whole life. But he may take it off and let him swing now.
I like your thinking about top of the order coming up, but I've seen this happen too many times.
Oh, they're going to bunt.
Square comes toward his head, a breaking ball that he ducks out of the way of.
Well, one thing, he shortened distance because he's doing something which is a good thing. When he squares around the bunt, there's a sign by Tough. He moves up a couple of steps. That's going to make sure that ball stays fair, or helps it stay fair. But it shortened that distance, almost got domed by a curveball. See how he scoots up and right at him.
He could have took one for the team right there.
Hey. He did have a sacrifice bunt in one of his first games for the Mets back on May the 9th against the Pirates. And he gets this bunt down beautifully. And Roe is going to have to put the tag on Brown himself. And Quintanilla down to second, carrying the winning run.
Well, nicely done. I know that Andrew Brown was up there and nervous. He's not used to bunting. And it's a big spot. Even, it's for him, this young man. It's his chance to get back in the big leagues again. He gets it down. Got to feel good. Nicely done.
Luckily, Roe is a good fielder with some speed because there was no one around. I'll have to say, for a guy that has always been a middle of the plate hitter, that was pretty good mechanics on that bunt.
So Brown gets the job done. And now the Mets again are a base hit away from winning this game with Eric Young at the plate. Young had an RBI double against David Hernandez in the 8th. That played to the Mets' second run. Now Quintanilla in scoring position with one out of the bottom of the 10th. How nervous must Chaz Roe be? First big league outing and the game on the line. And Young fouls one at the plate, 0-1.
I will say one thing. He's come out throwing strikes. Usually a person in this situation would be all over the place. So kudos to that. But you're right, Gary. Staring an L right in the face. What's going through his mind?
The Mets now have 13 hits. They've left 13 runners on base tonight. Young's been on base 3 times tonight, a double and 2 walks. And Eric grounds one of the second basemen. Hill makes the play for the second out, and Quintanilla over to third. So now Daniel Murphy will come up, and if you're the Diamondbacks, you got a choice. You got Murphy, you got Wright, you got Bird. Who do you want to face?
Murph. I know Murphy's numbers are amazing. 2 outs, runners in scoring position. But again, because you have these bases, Gary, you can be very careful. You don't ever have to give in. This guy might not have experience in the major leagues. Certainly has experience in pitching everywhere.
Murphy 1 for 5 tonight. Winning run at third and 2 out, last of the 10th. Yeah, Murphy takes it high. Ball 1. That's got nothing against the starter Wade Miley, despite 10 base runners in 5 2/3, but they scored 3 against the Diamondbacks bullpen. Now looking for the winner. And Murphy hits one in the air to right field, and Cody Ross is right there waiting for it. And we will play on into the 11th inning. So yet another opportunity bypassed for the Mets. A leadoff hit, but they leave their 14th. Well, the captain front and center leading off in the bottom of the 11th inning in a 3-3 game.
2 for 4 for David with an RBI and a walk.
And now getting to face Chaz Roe in his first major league outing, about to start his second inning. Wright, Bird, and Satin due up for the Mets. They've all had productive nights at the plate. The only problem the Mets have had is getting runners home. 14 runners left on base in the first 10 innings. David drove in his 42nd run back in the 7th inning, the first Met run of the night. That's we're down 3-0 going to the 7th. They got a run against Brad Ziegler on Wright's hit in the 7th. A run against David Hernandez on Eric Young's double in the 8th. And they tied it against J.J. Putz on Josh Satin's hit in the 9th. Bird, who has 3 hits tonight, waiting on deck. And Wright takes a slider off the plate, 1-1. Last time up to lead off the 9th against Putz, David scorched one along the third base line, but Chavez, playing right on the line, was able to make the stop and throw him out.
And there again.
Another breaking ball. That's in for a strike. And it's 1-2.
This young man, well, I shouldn't say young man. Yeah. He's coming in, he's throwing strikes. He's not afraid.
Yeah, he's more Abe Lincoln than young man.
He's come in wise. 1-2 to Wright. That one's wide, keeping that breaking ball away from him. 2-2. David Wright has 1 walk-off home run in his career. It came in 2009 off Heath Bell, who's already pitched tonight. He's the one reliever who hasn't given up a run for the Diamondbacks. Blowing away with the fastball, and it's 3-2.
Common mistake of any pitcher, not making your first appearance. 3-2. You want to go with your breaking ball, but you want to throw it for a strike. That combination can be deadly.
And Wright golfs one foul.
David's got one thing in mind, doesn't he?
Yeah, you're right. He wants the yard ball.
David Aardsma would be the next Met pitcher if we go to the 12th. Mets have gotten 5 scoreless out of their bullpen. Again, the 3-2 from Roe, and it's inside, ball 4, and the Mets again have the winning run aboard. That's 7 walks for Diamondbacks pitching tonight. And now Marlon Bird will come up. Bird is 3 for 5, 2 singles and a double that barely missed being a home run in the 9th inning. Get right on the orange stripe atop the left field wall.
David wants to steal a bag here. Now's the time.
He's got 14 steals and only been caught once.
Double play depth, of course, in the infield. Outfield straight up against Bird and deep.
They've been trying to get a read on this rookie pitcher. Now they're playing deep in the outfield, but they're not playing no doubles, even though a double could win the game.
Yeah, but you know, you got to play the chances. If you give up a base hit in front of you, the chance of you not giving up a run are tough too. So you got to play more straight up.
Bird gets ahead of one and fouls it.
A little bit too quick, Marlon. He's jumping on this fastball. Right up and where he likes out over the plate. And look at it. I always love his expressions when he knows he's just either too quick or just did something to miss. And he knows that was a pitch to hit.
Fastball pulled foul. That's got to be the signs to throw over.
David with a very short lead.
Step off. That's what the sign was for.
44 step off.
Probably only learned that sign 3 hours ago, or maybe 4 hours ago now. Slide step, breaking pitch.
0-1 to Bird. And Marlon bounces it foul. 0-2. Bird was behind in the count in the ninth inning when he hit that double right off the top of the fence against Putz. And now finds himself behind in the count again with Josh Satin waiting on deck. Satin had the game tying hit in the ninth.
Again, slide step to trying to surprise him with a fastball away.
Struck him out. First career strikeout for Chaz Roe. And that's the first out in the bottom of the 11th. He should take that ball out of play.
I mean, incredible poise.
Well, the other day, Gary, you can see the signs here. Ronnie, the pitcher, got the first pitch. He got his first strikeout. And then I forget what else. What else did he get? He got 3 balls. Well, he had 2.
He got the hit.
That's right. He got a base hit. So he got 3 balls in one game. I never saw a pitcher take a first pitch out.
That was Tyler Jordan, the starter for Washington on Saturday. Anyway, they did save the baseball for Roe for his first strikeout. Now Satin bats with right at first and 1 out. And Josh takes a letter high strike. Satin 2 for 4. A walk, a double, and then the game tying single in the ninth to chase Bird home. Satin's batting average up to .389 through his first 36 at bats. And Josh bounces one slowly. Chavez has to wait for it and makes the play on Satin for the second out as Wright moves to second base.
A base hit away.
Well, Buck is the batter, but the pitcher's spot is due up behind him. Anthony Recker is the only position player left on the Mets bench. So do they want to go against Buck, who's been ice cold, or the guy who's cold off the bench, Recker? Well, they've already used everybody but Recker. So what choice do you make here?
It's a difficult choice right now, I think. I would go after Buck. If you fall behind, you don't have to make do or die 2-0 when you got an open base.
They had a similar spot in the ninth inning, and they wound up walking Buck, but that was with Lagares behind him.
They're going to walk him.
And they will, and face Recker instead. So Recker, who made his pitching debut yesterday, now has a chance for a walk-off hit in the bottom of the 11th today.
What would you want to do here, Ron?
I personally, if I was on the mound, would want to face Buck, but I totally understand the call because you're going to a guy who's been cold off the bench, and now cold off the bench 4 hours plus later.
Almost a wild pitch on the intentional walk. Nice hops for Montero.
The inability for pitchers in the major leagues to play catch is pretty alarming for me.
Tony Sipp, the left-hander, getting up in the Arizona bullpen because behind Recker is Omar Quintanilla, a left-hand hitter. Pitcher in the 7th spot in the batting order. Lagares was double switched out when Andrew Brown came in the game. And there's ball 4. Buck gets the intentional walk. 8 walks for Diamondback pitchers. 2 more aboard for the Mets. And now Recker. Now, I would say if there's a short wild pitch, John Buck shouldn't move.
He's not.
Remember, Buck was thrown out at second base with a run that meant nothing. He's got that same run that means nothing at first base here.
Well, you see the defense right there. They're going to play deep and back on the corner infield positions.
You can't play too deep, though. On a base hit, you've got to play where you're comfortable that you're going to have a play at the plate. David's got, of course, way above average speed.
Recker 0 for 3 as a pinch hitter, hitting 157 overall. 2 on, 2 out, bottom of the 11th. And Recker takes the breaking ball off the plate for ball 1. And Anthony had some smiles yesterday, saving the bullpen, taking the mound in the 9th inning, getting Terry Collins 3 outs to give his bullpen a better chance today, which they've taken advantage of. Now he's got a chance to send everybody home. 1-0 from Roe. And Recker takes a slider off the plate, and it's 2-0. Well, if he walks Recker and loads the bases, you have to figure they're going to bring in Sipp to face Quintanilla. Two 2-0 to Recker, trying to get right home with the winning run. And Recker swings and misses at a fastball, 2-1.
Well, hitter's pitch. No fastball's coming. Swung right through it.
I guess Matt Harvey would be the Mets' next pinch hitter. He's got the batting gloves on. 2-1 to Recker. And Anthony watches low and away. A fastball kicked away by Montero, but not far enough for Wright to make a move. And it's 3-1.
Well, this is just like the 2-0 pitch. Fastball you got and swung through it. Same situation here on 3-1.
Chaz Roe in his major league debut was able to pitch out of a jam in the 10th, trying to do the same in the 11th. Wright led off the inning with a walk. He's at second with 2 out. 3-1 to Anthony Recker. And Recker swings and fouls back the fastball, 3-2. Well, what that does is gives Wright an automatic start, so on just about any base hit to the outfield, there shouldn't be much of a play on him. Wright and Buck get set to run. Recker asking for time. Ready for his big moment. 3-2 coming from Chaz Roe. And Recker watches outside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. So now the winning run is on third. You got the left-hand batter Quintanilla coming up. The lefty Sipp has been throwing in the bullpen. Third walk of the inning for Chaz Roe, and the 9th walk in the game for the Diamondbacks pitching staff. And Kirk Gibson appears ready to make the change. So Sipp will come into the game to face Quintanilla with the bases loaded, 2 out in the bottom of the 11th inning, game tied at 3. We'll be right back to Citi Field.